Yo, what is up guys? It's me, Exactly, back bringing you some more NBA news and updates. Yo, we got a lot of things to talk about today, so you guys already know the drill. We're not gonna waste too much time with this intro. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. But with that being said, yeah, let's just get into everything we gotta take a look at today. Lego. For our first story of the day, we have to talk about NBA players helping those who have been affected by the recent hurricane in the Bahamas. As not only have 44 people been killed during this natural disaster, but there are still plenty of people who have been marked as missing as well. With reports saying that Bahamian officials have received a tremendous number of calls from people in flooded homes who are still trying to locate their loved ones. And in the wake of this tragedy, players around the league have been stepping up to help those in need, including Sacramento Kings shooting guard Buddy Hield, who alongside donating $100,000 of his own money towards the relief process, has also been very active when it comes to trying to get as many people as possible to help out as well, saying, "My heart is broken for my fellow Bahamians, especially on the island I was raised on, Grand Bahama. I personally know many people who still need rescuing, and there are thousands without medical help, power, food, or basic necessities. Bahamians are strong people, but they still need our help to get through this." Also releasing this video on his Twitter page.
Hello everyone, as you know, my country's Bahamas has been severely damaged by the catastrophic storm Hurricane Dorian.
My heart is broken for my country. Bahamians are one of the strongest set of people I know, but they still need your help to get through this. So today, I'm donating $100,000 to Hurricane Dorian relief in the Bahamas. I'd like to ask you, the public at large, to join me in bringing a sense of hope. No matter the moment, we are always stronger when we work together. I've started a GoFundMe campaign to raise money for those who need so much. Every dollar raised will go towards the devastating islands of Grand Bahama and Abaco. Together, our donations can help restore hope, life, and basic human needs to these battered areas over the next year. I appreciate your prayers, love, and donation for the Bahamas. Thank you guys so much for helping the Bahamas get back to a better place. 242 to the world.
And Buddy Hield hasn't been alone in his efforts either, as second-year big man for the Phoenix Suns DeAndre Ayton has also been very active in trying to raise support for the Bahamas as well, also donating $100,000 to relief efforts, as well as putting out a post on his Twitter page letting fans know that he'll be hosting a fundraiser in the Phoenix area, asking people to donate anything they possibly can to help, including toiletries, diapers, cleaning supplies, canned foods, fans, water, and of course money as well. Now, personally, I have been fortunate enough never to have experienced such a level of a natural disaster, but hearing about how people's homes have been absolutely destroyed, people have been killed, and not only that, but there are people with their family members missing throughout all of this, that has to be rough. And if you could imagine yourself in that situation, I'm sure that you would want someone to help you too. You'd want to feel like other people care, because this is a lot to go through. My heart 100% goes out to everyone who's been affected by this. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the link to Buddy Hield's fundraiser donation thing down in the description box below. So if you guys have it in your hearts, if you have it to give, please give to the cause, as these people really do need our help. For our next story of the day, headgear has been something that NBA players have been wearing for years now, with tons of players, including LeBron of course, opting to wear different headbands while they are on the court. And whether it be to hide a hairline, stop sweat from getting in their eyes, or simply as a fashion statement, headbands have been one of the most popular accessories amongst NBA players. Last year though, we started to see the emergence of what's being called the quote ninja headband, with a player like Jrue Holiday rocking one religiously. He wasn't alone though, as various other players also started to take a liking to the different style of headband as the season progressed. Now though, that trend seems to be dead, for now at least, as we have gotten reports out saying that Nike has decided to ban players from wearing their ninja headbands during NBA games starting this upcoming season, claiming that the headbands, which were made by Nike themselves, were unprofessional for NBA basketball. And if you're sitting there thinking that this is dumb on Nike's behalf, since once again, it was a product made by Nike and players wearing the product on the court is pretty much free publicity for said product, then don't worry, you're not alone in your belief that this is a pretty dumb move on their behalf, as even NBA player Mike Scott chimed in on the subject in disbelief, asking fans to start a petition against Nike's ruling. Personally though, I don't think Nike as a company could be this dumb. This could be Nike taking away a product only to create a fuss about said product, because how many people were talking about the ninja style headband before Nike made this decision to ban the ninja style headband? Not many, and their whole excuse of it's unprofessional for NBA players to be wearing, I mean, come on, these players wear jerseys and shorts out there on the court. What are you talking about unprofessional? So what Nike is thinking when they're doing this is, we're gonna create this whole fuss, all this drama over the ninja style headband. The players is going to ask the fans to do something, the fans are gonna be asking, why are we doing this? And all it's doing is creating more hype around our product, and one day we'll allow players to wear that headband again, and once we do, we can expect sales to go through the roof, because this is giving them, in a way, sort of free publicity for a product that no one was really talking about otherwise. So I'm fairly confident that's what Nike is doing. I do not expect this ban on the ninja style headbands to last very long at all, just because once they unban it, they're gonna make so much money from it, because everyone's gonna want to buy a ninja style headband. It's a type of psychological marketing that Nike's doing on their part. Next up in the news, Anthony Davis made headlines over the weekend as during an interview in which he was answering questions from fans, the topic of what has he improved upon the most over the summer came up. And before we get into the rest of the story, this is what Davis had to say.
So this summer, I improved the most on my 3-ball. I wanted to be able to stretch the floor at the big. The game is definitely going that way now. I shot, I think, 30-something% last year. I can't remember, but I for sure want to get that in the high 30s. And then, you know, I think by me doing that, I'll be able to help the Lakers, you know, as much as possible and help us win games and hopefully win a championship. So, like many other players around the league, Davis has made an emphasis on becoming a better three-point shooter, something that just about every other player has been working on ever since three-pointers started to become the most pivotal part of teams' offenses in the last few years. Anthony Davis shot 33% from beyond the arc last year, which used to be really good for a big man back in the day. But nowadays, we are starting to see a lot more players able to hit close to or even above the 40% mark from distance. And with that being the case, if players want to remain as one of the upper echelon players in the league, then they can't get caught up in thinking that what they've been doing is good enough. You always got to be trying to improve if you want to stay on the top, and that's exactly what Anthony Davis has been doing. And for our final story of the day, even though Dwayne Wade just played in his farewell tour this past season, in which he was constantly swapping jerseys with players from the opposing teams after a game to commemorate his final year in the league, the now 37-year-old guard has just made headlines for saying that a return to the NBA isn't necessarily out of the question. And this all started when we got videos showcasing Dwayne Wade going through a full workout with LeBron James. Not only that though, in an interview with the Los Angeles Times after that, Wade also went on the records to say this in regards to him possibly returning to the NBA again. "I'm done, but my trainer is going to keep me in shape just in case something happens. I'm going to stay in shape because you never know. Never say never." And Wade also said that this won't be the only time that you see him working out with LeBron, as he also said that he will be working out with LeBron before the start of Lakers game. "You're definitely gonna see me out there. I'll be there early to work out with LeBron before the game starts. I just want to stay around and be as involved as I can." To me, this seems kind of similar to what a player like Tim Duncan did with the Spurs after he retired. Even though he had put his 20 years in with the organization, he was always at Spurs practices helping players such as LaMarcus Aldridge learn the systems and the sets that the Spurs use even more. And while it's not necessarily the same case for Wade, he's still an excellent workout partner for LeBron. Wade might not be able to be the same young Dwayne Wade that he was over the course of a grueling 82-game season, but if we're talking about just working out a little bit before a game and training with LeBron, maybe running some one-on-one stuff like that, you're not going to find many people who are able to push you as hard as a player like Dwayne Wade can. And it will also be interesting to see where his continued involvement in the NBA takes him as the years progress. As we saw, Tim Duncan just became an assistant coach of the San Antonio Spurs. So I wonder if coaching or player development is in Dwayne Wade's future. That though was actually going to do it for everything that we have to talk about today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos. Thank you once again for watching though, and until next time, keep getting the buckets, Team SDC, and I'm out of here. Peace!